Hey there, superstar. Go get him.
Yo, MP. You want to really test yourself? Try doing this.
There he is.
Time to get to work. Do your thing, MP.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Front court full of star power with Ingram and Zion. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's AI. And it's Joe in at the two-guard position. And for Brooklyn, they've got Cameron Johnson. Also O'Neal out there. And it's Watford in at the 5. And on paper, at least, Richard, this game is a mismatch. But on any given night, I mean, you just never know.
That's exactly it, Kevin. And while the underdog is extra motivated, the better teams sometimes let their guard down. That's a recipe for disaster.
Joe Good.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Dinwiddie against McCollum. O'Neal kicks to Bridges. Back to O'Neal. Dinwiddie outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Johnson's shot is off. McCollum outside. Back to AI. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Now here's Dinwiddie. His last outing, 16 points for him. There's the pass to Watford. Nets passing it around. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. From outside, off the mark. And the Pelicans with the possession. And despite the KD-Kyrie era fizzling out, Richard, you saw this firsthand. Brooklyn proved they are a destination franchise.
Yeah, just getting KD and getting Kyrie to sign was a win for the Nets. It proved that all-stars will go to Brooklyn. Now it's about finding the right stars.
Bridges misses.
Slow start, 1 of 4 to begin this game.
Williamson outside. Back to AI. And AI throws it down.
And every year, Williamson seems to take another leap as a distributor. Great pass on that one.
McCollum against Dinwiddie. Pass to Watford. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
To the middle. Here's AI. And AI throws it down.
Nice Swiss Army knife. of a combo guard. McCollum excels at just figuring out ways to get his teammates involved.
Here's Bridges. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now here's McCollum. Here's AI. The rebound by Watford. Nets trail by 4. Bridges outside. .144 left to play in the first. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Watford. A three-pointer off the mark. New Orleans leading by 4. Ingram dishes to McCollum. Inside. AI passes to Joe. They set the pick. Over in the corner, Williamson. A 3-ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Joe's got 5 points so far.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
From the wing, Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Radford. And McCollum the bucket on the assist from Williamson. Williamson's got 4 assists in the game. Dinwiddie against McCollum. O'Neal kicks to Dinwiddie. To end the run. It's rebounded by New Orleans. AI's got 6 rebounds in the game. Shot and game clock separated by 5. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The shot by Watford, no good.
Outstanding work to send him away. They sniffed that one out.
AI passes to Joe. Back to AI. Up and in on the layup. He's got 12.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And so it's New Orleans. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get right back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
They've got Darius Baisley. Lowry out there with Bridges. Then it's Thomas. And it's Sharp in at the center. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. To the paint. Here's AI. And AI throws it down.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Now here's Lowry. He's defended by Alvarado. Kicks to Thomas. Back to Baisley. Pass to Lowry. Bridges outside. Over Jones. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Bridges has got his second bucket.
The mid-range isn't a total no-go for Bridges. He can get that dialed in.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out.
Substitutions.
Yes, MP, get in there.
Jones with it. Lowry picks him up. Back to AI. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Down by 15. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, they couldn't do any better than a shooting percentage in the low 30s on that night, guys, and that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah, they really got held down in that one. If you can't get points on the board, then you're pretty much beat no matter what.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against Portland was tremendous. He scored 48 points and, as usual, controlled the glass. Just a fantastic night for him. The kind he wants to have every night, I'm sure. Guys?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And Greg, when they talk about youth development, the days are gone when coaches divided guards and bigs when it comes to skill work. When did that change?
It's kind of a recent development, maybe the last 10 or 15 years, but it's amazing how the game has evolved.
Lowry against McCollum. O'Neal kicks to Lowry. Down low, here's Bridges. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
It's just one of those nights where he's been very good, but his team is losing, and that's just an odd feeling.
To the inside, here's AI. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 18 points for AI.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Passes it to Bridges. Pelicans pull it in.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's AI. Kicks it out to Jones. Jones off a pick from AI. From 10 feet out, and it's good for 2. Jones has got his 2nd basket of the night.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection is top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
So for the Nets, Trendon Watford's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Johnson the pass to Dinwiddie. Good D by McCollum.
That's just a bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss those.
AI, no good. Nets trail by 20. Now Dinwiddie, scoreless thus far. There's O'Neal with the 3. That shot off.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
First personal foul.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Shooting for New Orleans.
First one falls for him.
Shooting 2.
And both free throws good for AI. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Dinwiddie outside. O'Neal a screen on McCollum. Down low with 2 seconds left.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And so it's New Orleans controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action in just a minute.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are... And fellas, looking now at the first half of play, ground to make up a major deficit for the Brooklyn Nets.
They can't stop anything now.
thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Really an incredible game from AI.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted areas seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Ingram at the 3 with Williamson playing the 4. Then it's AI. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Joe in at the shooting guard. Dinwiddie passes to Watford. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. So it's Brooklyn now. Dinwiddie passes to Johnson. Bridges with it. Back to Johnson. Bridges outside. Clock at 6. Johnson outside. Here's the 3. And it's AI with the rebound. AI's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. 24 points for AI.
But he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pelicans have a lot of weapons offensively, but there seem to be enough touches to go around. Coach Willie Green said there's a trust factor. All those guys, they go out and trust each other. It might be one guy's night in this game, and it might be someone else in the next game. They always just want to make the right play. Kevin?
Yep, thanks, D.A. Good stuff. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for the Nets. Bridges outside. No good from outside. Pelicans leading by 22. And while we see a number of players get hurt during the season, Richard, Mikal Bridges has remained very durable.
He's just an old school player. That's what they used to do. If you were healthy, you played in every single game, and he's found ways to stay healthy.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul. The Pelicans making a switch here. Jones is checked in.
Pelicans substitution. Number 5, Herbert Jones.
Here's Bridges. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. And he's good on the 3 ball. Dinwiddie's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the paint. Here's AI. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Nets trail by 19. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Bridges passes to Watford. The layup missed. Pelicans leading by 19. AI dishes to McCollum.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Back to AI. And he uses the glass on the layup. AI's got 6 here in this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Timeout called the Nets. We've seen AI really making a difference here.
This timeout gives them a chance to strategize because whatever the game plan they have, it's not worthwhile.
Thomas checked in for Brooklyn. And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, G.
And the nature of big men in the league has evolved, and he's a perfect example of how valuable a guy like this can be on your team. He's had a tremendous stretch of basketball here lately. +8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
To the middle. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And Brooklyn making a change here. Baisley's checked in. And look at how the offense... approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
We've got Bridges. O'Neal is out there with Cameron Johnson. And it's Watford in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Bridges right side. Back to Dinwiddie. They set the screen. And again, no good by Brooklyn. New Orleans has gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Pulls it up. AI, no good. The Nets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Inside, here's Watford, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Outside, Jones. Down low, here's AI, and AI throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Bridges inside. Working on Jones. Bridges misses.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And we have watched this team all season long play with such tenacity, with the wins piling up on the year. This will make it now 61 total.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for AI.
Honestly, I just love how relentless he is on the glass, making a big effort to pull the ball in and give his teammates extra chances.
To the inside, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they've been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.